welcome back to TechniqueWOD.com. Yesterday we went over the first pull of the power snatch. Today we're going to go over the transition and maybe a few pieces of the second pull. So a brief review of the first pull. In the bottom position, my hip is roughly as low as my knee. My arms are straight, I have my hook grip. I push my knees back until I get to the top of that first pull position, and then from here is where I start my transition. Key things to remember is that I'm very heel heavy, and I keep that position as I double knee bend. So I push my knees under the bar until my hips touch the bar. I got those little bones on the front of my hip. You're going to hit right below those, right on where your belt would be if you had pants on. So again, one more time. I push my knees back to the top of the first pull, and then I shift my knees under the bar. My back goes vertical, and it hits me right on my belt line. I'm still heel heavy. This puts me in a good position to jump, shrug, and catch it overhead. So from the side, I have my good start position. Push my knees back. I'm covered at the very top. I re-bend with my heels on the ground. My back goes vertical. And then from here, I have good leverage to jump and shrug and catch it overhead, which is your second pull. So we're going to go over the second pull in detail tomorrow. But for today, we'll finish it off with two full speed movements, and I'll show you a few of the common errors. So from the side, I go to my first pull, shift, and catch it overhead. And from the front, push my knees back, bounce it off my hip, catch it overhead. So a few things. When I say bounce it off my hip, that doesn't mean bounce it forward, where you have to go out and chase after it. It's going to touch my hip, but I'm still jumping straight up, shrugging, and pulling it back over the top of me. Some of the common errors here, people will stand, and they will try to re-bend if they have poor ankle mobility or poor hip strength. Their knees will dive in like this. They'll look like the poor landing mechanics guy. Also, they'll miss their transition all the way, which will look like this, where the bar won't touch them on the hip. They really won't have a transition in the second pull. It's just one big long first pull. It'll look like this. Okay, so don't be that guy. Stand tall on your first pull. Don't cut it off short. Re-bend, have it touch your hip. Jump hard, catch it overhead. See you tomorrow.